I appreciate it, Steve. Thank you. It's great to be here. Great to be back in the Southeastern Conference, University of Florida. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I appreciate Jeremy Fuller, our athletic director, giving me this opportunity, Dr. Bernie Matchin, our president, to work at an institution like Florida. Really excited to be back in Gainesville, a place I grew up and spent some great times, and I'm fortunate that my two boys will be able to grow up there as well. So I'll open it up for questions at this point.
Deontay was saying he sees a new John Brantley in the offseason workouts. He's more vocal, more confident. Have you seen that?
Well, not now. I can't be there.
Well, I mean, what do you expect out of him? You said after spring practice, you expect.
You know, John had a great offseason. We had a 5-week program. We started in January through the start of spring ball. I thought John had an outstanding spring. I really did. As far as the newness of the offense, the terminology, managing our football team in the huddle, confidence of our players on both sides of the ball. You know, they've got confidence in John to play well. I think, obviously, what we do offensively, I think fits his skill set a little bit better than maybe before. That's not a negative. That's just being honest. And I think he feels more comfortable in what he's being asked to do. And Charlie Weiss has tremendous confidence in John, which gives me confidence in John. Charlie does an outstanding job. He's a great play caller, but with the quarterback, in my opinion, from my observation in a short time, doing what they can do well and taking the offense where they do things well. And I think that's been exciting to watch.
We're working on the music, so
that's not my Walkman or anything. There's an elevator running up and down back here or something.
Coach, could you just reflect on your time at LSU real quick and what you and Coach Saban did to get that program up and running to where it's still at a high level?
Well, we had an outstanding staff. You know, Nick hired some really good football coaches. I think that's pretty well documented. We did a really nice job of recruiting our state and recruiting outside of that and recruiting good talent of guys buying into what we were trying to do. But I think those would be the things that we had really good players. I'll never forget, I was at Texas last year. A young man sent me, a former player at LSU, sent me a picture of our national championship team and wanted me to sign it. And I started looking through that team. There was some really good football. A lot of those guys are still playing. So we recruited good talent, and I thought, again, we had an outstanding staff. We coached well together, understood what it was going to take to be successful. And I think from Nick's standpoint all the way down, we understood our role within the organization, and we understood what we wanted to be philosophically, offensively, defensively, special teams.
You mentioned that relationship with Nick and also with Derek. Is it kind of a unique dynamic that the coaches of Tennessee, Florida, and Alabama are such close friends off the field?
Well, I mean, again, I think that's just kind of the way it's happened. I think that's first of all, to tribute to Nick, that generally when people have success, other athletic directors, presidents want to look into why they're having success and who are the people around them. I think that's a tribute to Nick and hiring good people.
Every game is going to be important, but how special are the games against Tennessee and Alabama going to be for you, just from a camaraderie standpoint? I mean, these are guys that you work with, an individual that was a mentor. How forward are you looking to that?
Well, based on all the emails I'm getting from the Gator Nation, they're really important. But they're important to me as well. But they're all important. They all count for one, and I think it's critical to get ready for our training camp. August 5th we report. I'm excited about managing our football team through that. We're a little short on some numbers on both lines of scrimmage. It's going to be an interesting dynamic working through camp. But we've got to still develop the toughness you need in this league to be successful. And so that means you can't talk about toughness. You got to practice toughness. And I'm looking forward to playing Florida Atlantic. I'm looking forward to our training camp and getting to that first game and then managing our football team through the season.
As a fiery guy, now that you're the CEO, do you have to turn down the flame, or you are who you are?
You are who you are. I think the worst thing you can do in a leadership position is try and be something you're not. I really do. And I'm a defensive coach. I'm going to coach special teams, and I'm going to recruit. And I hired Charlie to run the offense and philosophically do what I want to do on offense. He's going to call plays a lot better than I am. He's going to coach quarterbacks a lot better than I am. So the first game, we'll see what happens. I don't really plan things out. That's who I am. But my role in the organization where I've been before as defensive coordinator has been that guy, has been the emotional, the passionate, the enthusiasm, and if it continues that way, so be it. But I'm going to be who I am.
Since you've taken over, what's been your biggest surprise?
I don't know that anything has been surprising. I think time management has been a little bit of a juggling act for me because I want to be involved in the scheme. I don't want to be a CEO. I want to be a guy that's there, that's in the nuts and bolts of our football team. I mean, I look back at, why did they hire Will Muschamp? Well, the track record of defenses have been pretty good. Well, I need to be involved with defense. I need to be coaching the defense, and that's what I'm going to do. That's doing that and being the head football coach, deciding what we're going to eat at pregame meal. I mean, those things are all things that you work through and navigate through that come across your desk that I've never had to deal with before, but still doing a good job with your team and your defensive staff and your special team staff.
Do you feel that your players needed a guy who could bring that fiery passion to the program?
Oh, I don't know that. I think that, again, I think that players are a reflection of their coach, and I think that they do enjoy having a guy that's going to mix it up with them and grab them every now and then and have some fun with them. And that's what I plan on doing and bringing that emotion, that intensity, that passion. And I tell our guys, you're going to play that way, you're not going to play at Florida.
You're hearing some young guys from the defensive line, they're big game guys. What have you seen in those guys, and how dominant can they be if they kind of reach what they do?
Well, I'm very pleased with the progress of some of our young defensive linemen. Dominic Easley, Sharif Floyd, Ronald Powell would be the three I think you're referring to. I think all have a tremendous upside as players. They need to understand what it's going to take to be successful in our league consistently, and that's what's hardest for young players. A lot of guys, they want to play well today, and I call them union guys. They play real good one day, and they take the union, they're off tomorrow. Well, that's not the way it works. And so those guys, in my opinion, from what I understand through our off-season program into spring ball and now through the summer, have really worked tremendously hard. And I'm very proud about them maturing. Everybody goes through a maturation process as a freshman. We all go through it. And so you've got to understand that that's part of it and just let them grow through the growing pains of being a freshman in college.
Will, earlier today, the commissioner kicked off the media days talking about his agenda for various subjects, recruiting rules, NCAA compliance. I guess that's all part of it too, being a head coach. Talk about that and what he maybe has informed you guys as coaches about moving forward.
Well, we had some productive meetings in Destin, but I didn't see what he said, so I don't know. So I don't want to comment and step out of my bounds there with the commish.
Competitive SEC East, some are picking South Carolina, some Georgia. Your players are saying that motivates them. Some say they don't care. How do you weigh in on predictions?
All guys get motivated by different things, and so, I was asked earlier about none of our guys making first team preseason all SEC. I mean, if we can use that to motivate them, so be it. But I don't get into that. I don't really think you need external circumstances to motivate you. The competitive guys I've been around, they're motivated every day. They flipped the switch and they came to work, and that's what I want, and that's what we need our guys to understand. In consistency and performance are those guys that can do that can self-motivate, be a self-starter, and that's what we're trying to promote with our team. Now, we're going to have all those guys now. Then the other ones, we got to find out how we can positively affect them to get them to play the best they can play.
Time for final question.
Your first SEC media days, so many media, there's more and more every year. Is it hard to be yourself with all the Facebook, the Twitter? You're in line.
Can't have any fun anymore. I know that. No, it's just that's part of it. It's part of the job, and I'm happy that our league gets this much attention because of the success the league has had.